Good morning, my loves. Happy Sunday. Beautiful day here at the lake. High today is in the mid 80s, which is kind of nice. It's kind of different, but it's nice. It's pretty. A little overcast, but it's okay. Not that big a deal. I had a very, very long discussion last evening with someone I have known for many, many years. We have had this discussion so many times, and it's fine. I accept people for who they are. And that's what I think everybody should do. Don't try to change people. They are who they are. So this person called me and, we started talking. She said, okay, I need you to put on your therapist hat because I'm struggling. What's going on this time? Same, we always have this conversation and it's okay. And she said, I'm not making friends. I don't know what it is. We have had this conversation so many times through the years. It's okay. I said, how do you see yourself? Oh, well, they see themselves very outgoing and very warm and inviting. I said, okay, you walk into a new environment, a luncheon, and, well, I find my place and I sit down. I said, okay. Do you introduce yourself? Do you mingle with anybody? Well, I really don't know anybody, so probably not. I'll just sit and listen. You realize that can come across as being aloof, a little bit of a snob. Well, I don't want to be pretentious. And I said, yet you are. She didn't like that part. Imagine that. She said, well, I'm just sitting there. I said, but you're not participating. You don't go up and introduce yourself and say, hi, how are you? My name is. Love the dress. Oh my gosh. You have to tell me where you got the shoes. Just anything to warm up to people, to initiate a conversation. She said, are you saying I'm not warm and fuzzy? I said, you're about as warm and fuzzy as sandpaper. And I've known this person a long time, so I can say this comfortably. They really, really want friends, but they don't know how to go about it. And the interesting thing, and I shared this with her, trust me, as I have many times, she doesn't know, she's socially awkward, okay? She goes into a situation, whether it's work, a new job, a PTA meeting, whatever it is, and she wants people to know her status. She carries herself. She wants people to know we've got money. In conversations, they used to call it name dropping. Oh, I know so-and-so. Oh, my husband, well, he played golf with, and it's name dropping. Now, back in the 70s and 80s, it was a big deal. Everybody was name dropping. Now it's kind of tacky. And as well as name dropping, it's where they vacation. Oh, well, we were in Italy. Well, not everybody goes to Italy, so maybe that isn't the appropriate thing to say, Yeah, we had a nice vacation. Oh, it was just us. We did a little traveling, no big deal. Play it down instead of playing it up. She wants everybody to know where she lives, what she drives. She will go in with all the bangles and the baubles and the bling. She's trying to seek attention, but she wants everybody to know she's better than they are. And then she wonders why people don't like her. When she talks to people, she talks at them. Sorry, there's a little bit of a glare. She talks at them, to them, not with them. If you want a conversation with somebody, have it with them, not at them. Not everybody can do this. It's not a science. It's pretty simple. Be nice. Be warm. Be fuzzy. Stop trying to impress people. Because the more you try to impress somebody, the more they see through it. And at one point, she was working in an office. This is years ago. This is like back in the 80s. She was an executive, I guess they call them assistants now. I used to call them secretaries. And she loved her job. She was the assistant to the CEO. And she let everybody in that building know who she was, what she did. Nobody liked her. She had one or two people, that were kind of nice to her, but nobody to have lunch with. Nobody to say, hey, let's go grab a coffee. Didn't happen. Nobody wanted anything to do with her. And that has carried forward throughout her life. She's so busy trying to impress everybody, saying that she's not. But she is. Stop. Just be you. Accept yourself for who you are as you are. I said, who are you? Well, I said, the attitude right there. Well, just say, hey, I'm da-da-da. Just do it. And she did. What are you accomplished at? She listed all of her degrees. Okay. Now, you don't have to say you got your MBA at Princeton. You don't have to say that. You can say, I have an MBA, I have this, I have that, da-da-da-da-da-da. Because tossing in those Ivy League schools, you're trying to impress people. And you're rubbing, there's some really good folks out there. Maybe they didn't go to college. Maybe they went to community college. Maybe they went to a VOTEC. Who knows? Don't rub their nose in your success. Don't make them feel lesser than because you're trying to make yourself feel bigger than them. Don't do that. There's enough light for everybody. Stop. You're being passive aggressive. Just be you. And then she started in, as she always does, and this is fine. They moved, the last few years. And we were talking about the new house. Well, it's not new, but they've been there a few years. But the new house in the neighborhood and all that. Well, none of the neighbors like her. Why? Well, they're always, we go to luncheons, and they're always asking about my husband. These girls don't need to know about my husband. I said, your husband's a really nice guy, and he's a dentist. People need a dentist. Well, there's all kinds of dentists. Why are you turning away business? If they know somebody that needs a dentist, then doesn't mean they're wanting to lay your husband. They just are talking about his profession. Does he enjoy dentistry? It's not that big a deal. She's very suspicious to the point of paranoid. Why don't these people like me? Well, you're a jerk. Bottom line, you're trying to make yourself into something that you're not. You're a jerk. And I have known this person well over 30 years. So, they know the real me. Quit being so paranoid that everybody is, out to ruin your reputation, out to talk about you. They want your husband. They're thinking poorly about your kids. They're jealous of you. They want your house. They want your money. You're just pushing people away every day. Stop. Just be you. So at the next PTA fundraiser, instead of going to the bakery, a French bakery at that, and bringing in all kinds of stuff, do it like everybody else. Break out the groceries and make cookies, make cinnamon rolls, make something. If you can't make something, just go to the grocery store and buy it already made. You don't have to go to the French bakery, the European bakery, because again, that's rubbing people's nose in your success. Oh, she's going to bring this or that. Just be you. Try to make friends. Stop trying to be something you're not. Stop trying to impress everybody because you're pushing them away. And we have had this discussion so many times over the years. And she will say, but everybody likes you. That's because I try to speak to people on their level. If I am talking to a group of attorneys, a group of doctors, I will dress very professionally. I have some gorgeous suits. I will carry myself very professionally, and I will speak very professionally, very eloquently. If I am speaking to teachers, same thing. If I'm talking to a group of kiddos, I'm going to sit on the floor with them, and we're going to talk in language that they understand. If I'm talking to teenagers, I don't care if they swear. If that helps them communicate what's going on inside them, I'm cool with that. I don't care. I want to know what's going on in here and in here. Oh, I could never do that. You don't want to do that. You could if you wanted to. Stop the pretense, put down the mask, and just be you. Bottom line, just be you. If you want to make friends, be a friend. Be a friend to everybody. Be nice. When you're in the grocery store, eye contact. Hi, how are you? And just push your little cart right along. If I walk over to get the mail and I encounter somebody walking over, I'll say, hi, how are you? Or happy Sunday. I have no idea who they are. I may know who they are. I doubt it. But I'm going to be polite. I'm just going to be nice. Why not? If you're not making friends, if you're socially awkward, I get that. But you have to try. Stop trying to convince people who you are. You don't have to convince people of anything. Just be you. Be nice. You can say, I'm sorry, I'm a little socially awkward. I'm a little quiet. I'm an introvert. I don't do well in these settings. I wish I could. Because you're being honest and you're letting them know, you're not perfect. You're not expecting perfection. People appreciate that. You don't have to go in and try and charm the pants off of everybody because people see through that. I know someone, when we have a mutual friend, that she perceives that, when we were talking about this individual, that when this person walks into a room, they're very charming, they're very blingy. And I think maybe she wants to be like this person. All eyes go to them, and they're loud, and they're, the center of attention. I think she envies this a little bit. I said, but what are they really like? Oh, well, please. Exactly. People that don't know them think one thing, but people that do know them, they know the truth. People know the truth about me. This is me. I'm wearing jeans, a t-shirt. I got my hair pulled back today. I'm not out to impress anybody. Trust me, if I was out to impress you, you would know. I'm not. I don't use big words, flowery speech. I'm not overly eloquent because I am speaking to the masses. I'm talking to people that have PhDs, and I'm talking to people that never went past the 9th grade. I don't care because I accept each and every one of you for who you are. It's that simple. Don't try to be something you're not. Don't try to impress people. Just be you. Plain and simple. Be you. Because people can see the truth. And if you're trying to be something you're not, the truth will at some point surface. And then you're going to look two-faced. Then you're going to look stupid. So just be you from the get-go, Accept yourself for who you are, as you are. And my friend, that's what she can't do. She can't accept herself for who she is because she doesn't like that person. And like I told her, I've known her for 30 years. The real her is a very nice person. Yeah, she's socially awkward, but she has a good heart. She has a really, really brilliant mind. Brilliant kids. But just be you. Stop trying so hard. Just be you. And it will all work out. Plain and simple.